Kings chapter 10, the Queen of Sheba visits. The Queen of Sheba heard about Solomon and his connection with the name of God. She came to put his reputation to the test by asking tough questions. She made a grand and showy entrance into Jerusalem. Camels loaded with spices, a huge amount of gold and precious gems. She came to Solomon and talked about all the things that she cared about, emptying her heart to him. Solomon answered everything that she put to him. Nothing stumped him. When the Queen of Sheba experienced for herself Solomon's wisdom and saw with her own eyes the palace that he had built, the meals that were served, and the impressive array of court officials and sharply dressed waiters, the lavish crystal and the elaborate worship extravagant with whole burnt offerings at the steps leading up to the temple of God, it took her breath away. She said to the king, "It's all true. Your reputation for accomplishment and wisdom that reached all the way to my country is confirmed. I wouldn't have believed if I hadn't seen it for myself. They did not exaggerate. Such wisdom and elegance, far more than I could have ever imagined. Lucky the men and women who work for you, getting to be around you every day and hear your wise words firsthand. And blessed be God, your God, who took such a liking to you and made you king. Clearly, God's love for Israel is behind this, making you king to keep a just order and nurture a God-pleasing people." She then gave the king 4.5 tons of gold, and also sack after sack of spices and expensive gems. There has not been a cargo of spices like that since that shipload the Queen of Sheba brought to King Solomon. The ships of Hiram also imported gold from Ophir, along with tremendous loads of fragrant sandalwood and expensive gems. The king used the sandalwood for fine cabinetry in the temple of God in the palace complex, and for making harps and dulcimers for the musicians. Nothing like that shipment of sandalwood has been seen ever since. King Solomon, for his part, he gave the Queen of Sheba all her heart's desire, everything that she asked for, on top of what he had already so generously given her. Satisfied, she returned home with her train of servants. Solomon received 25 tons of gold in tribute annually. This was above and beyond the taxes and profit on trade with merchants and assorted kings and governors. King Solomon crafted 200 body-length shields of hammered gold, 7.5 pounds of gold to each shield, and 300 smaller shields, about half that size. He stored the shields in the house of the forest of Lebanon. The king built a massive throne of ivory accented with a veneer of gold. The throne had 6 steps leading up to it, its back shaped like an arch. The armrests on each side were flanked by lions. 12 of them, were placed at either end of the 6 steps. There was no throne like it in any of the surrounding kingdoms. King Solomon's chalices and tankards were made of gold, and all the dinnerware and serving utensils in the house of the forest of Lebanon were pure gold. Nothing was made of silver. Silver was considered common and cheap. The king had a fleet of ocean-going ships at sea with Hiram ships. Every 3 years, the fleet would bring in a cargo of gold, silver, and ivory, and apes and peacocks. King Solomon was wiser and richer than all of the kings of the earth. He surpassed them all. People came from all over the world to be with Solomon and drink in the wisdom that God had given him. And everyone who came brought gifts. Artifacts of gold and silver, fashionable robes and gowns, the latest in weapons, exotic spices and horses and mules, parades of visitors year after year. Solomon collected chariots and horses, 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses. He stabled them in the special chariot cities as well as in Jerusalem. The king made silver as common as rocks, and cedar as common as the fig trees in the lowland hills. His horses were brought in from Egypt and Sicilia, specially acquired by the king's agents. Chariots from Egypt went for 15 pounds of silver, and a horse for about 3¾ pounds of silver. Solomon carried on a brisk horse trading business with the Hittite and the Aramaean royal houses.